Welcome to the most authoritative boxing channel. The press conference for the Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Jaime Munguia fight has officially been held, and it was an entertaining press conference, a big weekend for Mexican boxing, Cinco de Mayo, but the fight is on the 4th of May, which is promising to be a very, very entertaining one. But that was not the fight most boxing lovers across the globe was expecting from Saul Canelo Alvarez. The fight we all were expecting Saul Canelo Alvarez to be in next was against David the Mexican Monster Benavides. During the media reaction, there were a lot of questions with regards to a potential fight with David Benavides, and let's have a listen to what Saul Canelo Alvarez said, and when I come back, I will give you my take.
Let me know if this is true or if people are wrong. Is it true you offered $5 million for a Benavides fight and then you guys didn't hear back?
No, nothing is true. I don't know
how that came. Yeah.
And
I think the dad said, "Oh, they offered us $5 million," and
no, never.
Never.
Okay.
Okay.
Not that I know, and I know everything.
Question over here.
To piggyback off the offer, were you ever offered anything from Benavides' camp?
Nothing. And who is he for offering me the money?
Right.
Who is he?
It was said that it was 55.
Yeah, but
million.
who is he to offer me? And if he offered that amount he say, that amount I can make with anybody. So that's nothing.
You don't think that's the one of the biggest fights that can be made?
I don't. Maybe. Who knows? But he brings nothing to the table for me. It's just he brings just 25 pounds more in that. Promoter who I work to, they come and say I offer to you 150 to 200 million. I fight tomorrow. That's the only reason I fight with him, because
You all heard that just like I heard it, and this is my 2 cents on it. First, credit to ES News, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Now, I think that Saul Canelo Alvarez is giving so many absurd answers. I think that David Benavides comes to this fight with something. First, the WBC belt Saul Canelo Alvarez won at the super middleweight division was held by David Benavides, and he had to lose that belt on the scale and not in the ring. So Saul Canelo needed to fight David Benavides by now. Even before unifying the belt, I think that Saul Canelo Alvarez should have fought David Benavides, because he lost the title outside the ring and you came to win it as a vacant title against the Turkish fighter Yildirim. I think by now Saul Canelo Alvarez should have given David Benavides a chance to win back his WBC title, but Saul Canelo Alvarez has not done that. So I think that Saul Canelo Alvarez, I disagree with you when you say that David Benavides does not come to the table with anything. Maybe financially he is not a superpower, but he comes in as a 2-time super middleweight champion, and that is much prestige during negotiation, because we have seen you fought people with lesser resumes like Yildirim, whom you fought for that very vacant belt. So I think that David Benavides comes to the table with something, and not just the 25 pounds extra on fight night. That is not what David Benavides comes to the table with. Maybe that seems to be bothering you, hence you are not ready to step into the ring with David Benavides. I am of the opinion that Saul Canelo Alvarez is not afraid of David Benavides. I think that Saul Canelo Alvarez, when the fight happens with David Benavides, he will still be the favorite, because David Benavides is not the best of movers, and Saul Canelo Alvarez, I think, can cut the ring on David Benavides. And David Benavides is not your super puncher. He is an accumulative puncher. So I think that Saul Canelo Alvarez would be favorite going into that fight. But to say David Benavides does not come into the fight with anything, I disagree with him. Now to the second point, where he stated that he would need $150 million to $200 million. I think that is just a negotiation tactics. Just like David Benavides and his father put the $55 million in the public domain in order to create the impression that Saul Canelo Alvarez is ducking David Benavides, which Saul Canelo Alvarez has debunked that he received no such offer. Let's all remember that David Benavides is not promoted by Al Heyman. So it is quite difficult for Al Heyman and his team to back him up with his money. David Benavides has a separate promoter but fights under the PBC and the Showtime banner. So that is what happens with David Benavides. So if David Benavides had been a strict Al Heyman fighter just like Errol Spence, I think that he would have been offered the Saul Canelo Alvarez by now. But all the same, there is still a chance for that fight happening. I think the $150 million to $200 million demand from Saul Canelo Alvarez is absurd and is capping. He knows very well he's not going to get that money. I think Canelo should be reasonable during negotiations so that this fight happens next after the Munguia fight, which I think he would win. Now, another thing, Canelo has stated that David Benavides has not been respectful. He doesn't need to be respectful. I think Saul Canelo Alvarez has stated that he wants to be shown respect during negotiation. Hence, that is the reason why he and Dimitri Andrade fight never happened, where Andrade tried to create the impression to the public that Saul Canelo Alvarez has been docking him. That was the main reason why Saul Canelo Alvarez never fought him, and that should send a signal to Team Benavides, and they has to be very, very tactful in negotiation with Saul Canelo Alvarez, because they are not looking for that payday, but they want to get that recognition of Saul Canelo Alvarez and become the cash cow in boxing. So they must be very, very strategic in doing that. You must try to pamper him and lure him into the ring, and when you get into the ring, you unleash mayhem on him and become the cash cow. Everything is strategy. It's not everything that is browse and bruise. No, there are some things you have to change strategy in order to win. So I think that David Benavides and his team should show much respect to Saul Canelo Alvarez, since that is what he wants in order to step into the ring with him. They should give him that. But in the ring, there is no need or there is no regulation for you to show respect to your opponents. And I think this fight is going to be a very, very good fight. Let me give you a brief take on the Munguia versus Saul Canelo Alvarez. I think it's going to be a very good fight, but I think Saul Canelo Alvarez would prevail because, like I said, Munguia is not a one punch power guy. He is also an accumulative guy, and since moving to the super middleweight division, he has become slower. I started watching Jaime Munguia when he first defeated Saddam Ali, where the Golovkin fight was not approved. Hence, he had to fight Saddam Ali for the WBO super welterweight champion. Then that was when I first saw Jaime Munguia, and since then he has been on the ascendancy. He hasn't had that career defining fight, so I think this is a chance for him to prove that he is an elite boxer, and this fight will go down on Cinco de Mayo weekend as one of the best, like Barrera and the like. So I think that he should come in and put in a fight and challenge for the title. If his will does not prevail, I think that he would go home being so proud of the performance he has put out. So those are the words of Saul Canelo Alvarez. I think that Saul Canelo Alvarez has just switched on negotiation tactics on Team Benavides, so that he is now demanding lots of money because he can make that 55 million within a fight. Yes, Saul Canelo Alvarez can make 40 million fighting a lesser opponent. So it is too big a risk for him to fight David Benavides for 55 million. I think 60 million, 70 million would be, or 65 million would be a good amount for Saul Canelo Alvarez to be rewarded with if he faces David Benavides. But David Benavides haven't moved up to the middleweight light heavyweight division and coming back down, I think that would have a toll on his body. So the Team Benavides should be very, very strategic in moving up and have a way of coming down if they are presented with the Saul Canelo Alvarez fight. Let me know your take in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and click the bell icon. Thank you. Stay positive. Remember, your greatness has no limit.